Hey, how's everyone doing? I just wanted to get on here and share a little bit of I guess a testimony, if you want to call it that. Just my experience over the past couple of months after changing some things within my own personal regimen or diet or what have you. My name is David Benford. I am a combat veteran. 2010, 2011 deployment to Afghanistan, excuse me. Wow. I'm a little tired today. I just spent 5 days at the fair, so forgive me for that. But I was sitting inside and just kind of contemplating things, and I just wanted to share a little bit about my own personal journey. So I have some injuries from Afghanistan. I took a digger head first, I guess you want to call it. And it pretty much screwed up my neck and my back and messed up my shoulder to where I had to have some reconstructive surgery and have a bicep reattachment. And I also have some bone-on-bone in my right knee. So I've been dealing with daily pain ever since that incident. After getting out in 2012, I was in the VA system, and I'm not saying the doctors aren't. I'm not going to say they don't mean well, but I think they work based on certain criteria that doesn't allow for alternatives to be looked at. So I, at one time, was on probably 15 different prescriptions for various conditions, whether it be anxiety, depression, pain, chronic pain, not just joint pain, arthritis, but chronic pain, similar to fibromyalgia, although there was no diagnosis with that. And while I'm on that point, my testimony and my suggestions are not meant to treat, diagnose, cure, or any sickness or disease, and neither are the products that I take. But that being said, my own personal research, what I discovered is with prescription medications, they're all basically a synthetic compound that pharmaceutical companies have put together to closely mimic things that already occur in nature, things that are already available within nature as a natural substance. And those synthetic compounds are only recognized by our body for just a minute portion. So the rest of what's not recognized basically gets flushed down the toilet. And so after I told the VA I was not taking prescription medications any longer, and they can shove those where the sun doesn't shine, I began looking for alternative methods of natural things to do for my body to get myself back to where I could be more active. I've taken different products over the past 6 years and had very good results on some of them. But what prompted me to change a couple of months ago was I had at the urging of a friend of mine who was dealing with some things and had a hair follicle test done where it tests the toxicity levels within your body. I discovered that I was off the charts in uranium as well as arsenic and silver, which are actually in my body right now. And then I also discovered the same test shows what basic core elements that we should have in our system for nutrition. It showed that I was deficient in everything, things like magnesium and calcium and folate and the various minerals that we need and we should be getting from our daily food. I was deficient in everything. That immediately told me that the money that I was spending on the other supplements was a waste, because even though they were good for me and even though they were great supplements, my body wasn't able to do what it needed to do with them because I wasn't able to absorb them because my digestive system was jacked up. In fact, when I got the test back and I consulted with the doctor that helped me do the test, he specifically asked me, what kind of cancer do you have? Based on the uranium levels within my body. Thank God I have no cancer that I know of. I've had no warnings when I've had blood tests done. So I have no cancers in my body, but it still concerned me enough to make a change. And so what I did is I actually changed over to Plexus because I wanted to start working on my digestive system. I knew that if I didn't get that in order, that no amount of supplements, no amount of whole foods, or even homegrown foods right out of a homegrown garden were going to do me any good unless I adjusted my digestive system so that it could function properly. And so I started that process about a little over 2 months ago. One of the first things that I noticed after starting with the Plexus Triplex, which is a prebiotic drink, which is really good. Reminds me of Watermelon Jolly Ranchers. And then also ProBio 5, which is a probiotic, as well as BioCleanse, which is a gentle detox cleanse. But one of the first things I noticed after starting that is I began to sleep better, almost instantly. I would say probably within the first week, I noticed my sleep started improving. It started being deeper. I started feeling more refreshed when I woke up in the morning. The other thing I began to notice is the inflammation within my body, which caused daily pain, began to diminish significantly. I told the VA to take the prescriptions and shove them, but I would still have to occasionally rely upon some 800 milligram ibuprofen, or what we call in the Army Ranger candy. And I would have to rely on those things. I don't take any of those ibuprofen or Tylenol, Advil. I don't take any of that stuff any longer. I actually use a Plexus product called Ease, and then another one called Nerve, which helps with the nerve issues, especially in my right arm due to the shoulder injury and the impingement that's in the shoulder. And then, of course, down through my back because of the vertebrae, which were fractured due to the fall, and it caused issues as the nerves came out of the spine. So those things, that daily pain has significantly decreased. The other thing that I noticed, I used to crave salty food, lots of sweets, as well as fried foods, just junk food. I would crave it because my body was deficient in things, and it's trying to put those things in me. And that's typically what cravings are, is that's your body wanting something that it's missing in its regular diet. So it tells you, hey, you need this, and that's what the craving comes from. So it significantly decreased all of that because I began nourishing my body and my digestive system, and it took away those cravings. I used to be a 2 to 3 Dr. Pepper a day person. Now occasionally I'll try one, but what I find is I don't even finish it. Just the other day, I had a Dr. Pepper and a bag of salt and vinegar chips with a BLT for lunch, and it was a 16-ounce can of Dr. Pepper. I threw the rest of it. I threw about 8 ounces of that away, and I might have ate 10 or 12 of those chips, and I didn't want any more. It wasn't fulfilling to me at all. The other thing that it's done is it's helped me control my appetite, and as a result, I've dropped about 15 pounds over the past 2 months, which is a pretty good pace. It's not too fast, but it does allow for me to begin to feel better overall. So those are just some basics that I found after starting with Plexus, and I just wanted to share those with everyone. And I really would encourage you. You may have heard of Plexus. You may think you know everything there is to know about Plexus. You may have given it a shot for a week or 2, 3, maybe 4, but sometimes it takes 60 days, 90 days, maybe 120 days before you really start seeing results. Because face it, folks, we didn't get in the condition that we are unhealthy-wise overnight, and it's not going to fix itself overnight. So I encourage you to try it again and give a real commitment to at least 90 days. At least 90 days. And I believe that you'll start seeing a difference within your own physical well-being, as well as alertness. That's another thing that it's helped me with. Traumatic brain injury caused really bad forgetfulness and brain fog, and that has helped. The new nutritionals through Plexus have helped me fight that back and be a little more cognizant and aware of things and less forgetful. I would be talking to someone and totally lose the conversation and what we were talking about. That would happen on a regular basis. Now I'm able to recall things. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I really encourage you to give it another shot. And by all means, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to share with you what I went through and the things that I personally have used within Plexus and how it's helped me. And like I said, because of the way the FDA rules things, I cannot make promises and I cannot treat, diagnose, cure. Neither can Plexus. But I do believe that it is a key to regaining your health, whether it's diabetes, anxiety, depression, Crohn's, IBS, anything that you might have. A lot of it is because of issues within your gut. 70% of our immune system is located within our digestive system. And there are so many things that affects that we take as the sign of something else when it's really the root issue is the digestive system. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And like I said, I hope that you give this another shot if you've already tried it. And if you haven't tried it, all I can say is you don't know what you don't know. And if you've tried other things and it hasn't helped, maybe you should give this a shot, because I really do believe it'll help you. It's helped thousands of people across the United States. So with that, I want to bid you farewell. And I thank you for listening, and have a great evening.